afternoon, friends. Mark Holmes here with, of course, and as always, thank you guys for ordering shot glass, mug. What other ones do we have? Mug, cards, spice, and hot sauce racks. Because without you guys, we wouldn't have much to do today. So appreciate you guys keeping us busy here. So I talk a lot. We all know I talk a lot. And it's getting crazy. It literally is getting insane out there with some of the shit you see. You know, Miss Jackie goes crazy because she sees this stuff and she sends it to me. It's like, can you believe this crap? And she sent me this morning. Somebody else sent it to me as well. Somebody from 12 up has the perfect scenario. And see, here's the problem. What happens is people see headlines and they think that it's legit. You know what I mean, Mike? So what this person on 12 Up did was he said, you know, the Cowboys, Jets, and Bears, three-way trade, Jamal Adams, Dak Prescott. And unfortunately what'll happen is people say, I heard the Cowboys are trading Dak Prescott to the Bears for and getting Jamal Adams. That way, you know, and if you read the story, okay, the guy, of course, admits that, you know, there's nothing to the whole scenario that we've been told from Chris Sims. It bugs the crap out of me that guys can make shit up, put it out there in the blogosphere, and have no basis for any facts whatsoever. You know, selling people's names. This time it's just basically saying that Dak Prescott is greedy and this, that, and the other. And they're taking stories that are already existing and they're manipulating them. Nobody talked about $45 million for a final year of a contract. That's Chris Sims that made that shit up. But see, now you got fans out there that are literally trashing Dak for this. Now, this guy right here on 12 Up, I've never seen him before. In fact, I haven't seen an article on 12 Up in a while. I used to have the app and things used to pop up. What happened to 12 Up? Do you even see 12 Up anymore?
Yeah, I read the articles.
Do you? Okay.
I don't report on the stuff that's not my channel's about.
Well, I agree, but have you seen some crazy shit like this before?
Yeah, but see what the problem is, people don't read.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
You read the headlines like, oh, they're trading Dak Prescott.
Thank you.
Or whatever the headlines. People don't read.
Right, so then somebody will say, oh, I heard that they're trading Dak Prescott, and they pass it on, and then all of a sudden now, you know, people start believing that it's true. And the thing that's crazy is everybody keeps saying, Dak's demanding this, Dak's demanding... Dak ain't... What have you heard from Dak? You haven't heard anything from Todd France or Dak Prescott saying, this is what we demand.
Yeah, because Dak Prescott doesn't use on social media like that. You don't care about social media.
So, when you hear this thing that Dak Prescott's getting traded to the Bears, because the person put it, well, you know what, the people should get on the phones. They should start making calls. This makes perfect sense. You know, of course. You know, the Bears just got Nick Foles, okay, so they're paying him a boatload of money, right? So, yeah, okay, they got Mitch Trubisky there, too. We're just going to go ahead and just say, okay, let's go ahead and take Dak Prescott on top of it. That doesn't even make sense there. And this the whole thing. Now, granted, I'm sure the Dallas Cowboys would love to get Jamal Adams. I'm sure Jamal Adams would love to be a Dallas Cowboy, playing in his hometown. But that doesn't mean it's going to work out. This is getting as crazy as Earl Thomas was last year, for a year.
Because Earl Thomas, the man wanted too much money.
Well, yeah.
We would have picked him up if he...
Well, that's the same situation. Well, that's the same situation here. Jamal Adams wants to be the highest paid safety in football. Now, they could make this work. But it's the compensation is the part, you know, to me, okay, I'm okay paying a guy a whole lot of money, or I'm okay with, you know, maybe, you know, having to trade to get him. But you're talking about two big hits both ways. They're talking about wanting a first and a third. That's too much. And I don't know that people are going to do that after you see, you know, you had one good one trade, big time trade for you know, defensive back. And then, you know, with Steelers, I'm trying to remember who, Steelers traded for. That one worked out really good for their defense, but I'm not sure that Jalen Ramsey made that team a better team. They were in the Super Bowl the year before. He goes there. They're not in the playoffs, and I'm not blaming Jalen Ramsey. But here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing about this shit. I said, and it's so funny because I say stuff and people basically say, you're wrong. I said last night, because I said, listen, here's the problem for the Rams. The Rams are in cap hell. That's what I said. The Rams are in cap hell. And a person immediately said to me, the Rams aren't in cap hell. You don't know what you're talking about. Take a look at over the cap. Right now, the Rams have $500,000 of cap space. Okay? They didn't have a number one pick this year. They don't have a number one pick next year because they traded for Jalen Ramsey. And Ramsey, guess what? He needs to get paid. He didn't come there because he wanted to work for cheap. He wanted to get paid. So they have cap problems. And, of course, they're still paying Todd Gurley, who's gone. They have a lot of holes on that team. Now, the difference for this team is, believe it or not, I know a lot of people keep, pounding on the Cowboys and saying, oh, man, they got too much money invested in the offensive line. They got too much money invested in Zeke Elliott. Understand, they locked up these guys with old money. We're about to hit a whole lot of new money because of the 17-game season, because of gambling. You know what? I know that people are saying, well, the economy may be bad. True. But guess what might not be bad? People sitting at home and gambling because that revenue.
Or coming soon, you go to the Redskins Stadium.
No, I'm just talking about.
Coming soon to a new stadium.
I'm talking about this year. Because here's the thing. If, I understand this, if the NFL figures out how to have a season, it's going to be a boom. Because I know they're going to lose. Listen to me. I know they're going to lose money at the stadiums. They're not going to have that gate revenue.
Yeah, but they have more money.
But they're going to have that gambling revenue.
They already put more in the cushion for teams losing out money if they don't have fans.
Right, so, but the salary cap the following year will be based on, the percentage of the gross. But I'm telling you, they're going to make up for a lot of that gate revenue in gambling. Trust me, they will. And also, too, you got to understand here, too, what's going to happen is that thirst for football is going to still be huge, especially if baseball doesn't get going. Baseball's only got a couple weeks before they decide if they're going to have a season or not.
Well, that probably a reduced season.
Well, reduced season. So, right, a reduced season. Basketball. You don't know, college football. If those things aren't there, and the NFL is, because see, the NFL can do a lot of things that college football can't, because it's not like there's so many schools. There's 32 teams. We can logistically, with the money that we have and the pull, we can logistically take care of 32 teams. College football, there's a lot of teams. You got college it's just the logistics for college football. I'm just trying to understand how they're going to be able to do it. I don't think that that's going to happen. Football, I think will happen. And football will take care of Saturday. You would literally see football on Thursday night, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So, you're going to have that money, that new money coming in. So with the Cowboys having Lyle Collins, Zach Martin locked up, it's kind of like Tyron Smith. See, here's the thing. And this is why the Cowboys want to sign him to a long-term deal, because they're looking and saying, we don't want to pay that new money down the road. We want to hold on to that cheap price for as long as possible. Because you look at Tyron Smith. Tyron Smith's cap number is only $13 million because he signed such a long damn deal. When they originally signed him to a $97 million contract, people said, oh my God, the Dallas Cowboys are crazy. They're paying $97 million to an offensive lineman. Yeah, but right now, $13 million. And oh, by the way, part of the reason why that number is that high is because they restructured his contract. They had triggers in there. So if they needed cash, they just sign on a pen, boom. And they got an extra $10 million. And they have those triggers with Zach Martin and his deal. But because Dak Prescott for 4 years has not been paid, that's why they had the money to go ahead and make all these moves. So all these people are saying, well, the Cowboys wasted time, with Dak Prescott. No, they didn't waste time. They got from being $25 million over the cap every year, having to go get a payday loan, to now being able to go out and sign players to make the team better. And now have all your stars locked up. I know they say that's not New England like, but they got a whole lot of talent on that team that they don't have to worry about paying. And if they get Dak's deal done, they'll save some money and they can get Jamal Adams. All right, y'all. We got work to do. Peace.